welcome back to my channel. I am the one and only Kamikaze Ikun, and today I will be showing you some pickups I've made this month. It's been tough with everyone being on lockdown, so most of my stuff has been purchased online. But before we get started, I wanted to give a few shoutouts for my channel. These channels are awesome and you should definitely check every one of them out. We have Steve Craig Retro Games, Fit to Play Games, Wartrain Wins, Chill Scissors, and Contagious Collection. Check these guys out and let them know Ikun sent you. And now let's see what games I bought this month. Now, this first stack of games are all PlayStation 1. I got this actually at a recent Facebook Marketplace find. The first game I have here is F1 Race, F1 2000. I'm not exactly a sports fan or a racing fan, but racing games I do make an exception for, and I have played this as not that bad of a game, to be honest. Now, this next game I have here is Ultimate Fighting Championship. Let's get a better picture of that. Sorry, the glare on my camera reflecting off of these games. But this is a UFC game, and I am a pretty big fan of wrestling, so UFC really isn't that much different to me anyway, and I do enjoy fighting games as well. And you know, I've played this as well, and a lot of these games you would honestly think were probably garbage were actually pretty good. Speaking though of wrestling games, I also picked up WCW NWO Thunder, and this is not the best case for this game, but again, I have a ton of wrestling games back there, so you know, obviously for the price I paid for a lot of these games, I couldn't turn it down. And you know, I always enjoy a good wrestling game. And speaking of wrestling games, here's another one. WCW Mayhem. Pretty much almost identical to the game before that. You know, there's not a whole lot different about these games other than usually the roster. Sometimes the play style will be a little bit different. They may add modes, take away modes, but I always get enjoyment out of them. Now, this here is Nuclear Strike. I believe there were a couple other of these titles made for the 3DO and the Sega Genesis. Not much to really say about that. that one I have. These last two here I have not yet gotten to try out. And this last one for PlayStation 1 is Beast Wars Transmetals. Now, I watched a video of this game before I picked this up, and I hate to say, it is absolutely hilarious just how weird this game looks and how, you know, just different it is from most typical fighting games from that time. It looks like a lot of fun though, so you know, I gave it a shot. These two here for the PlayStation 2. Earlier this month, I purchased this game, Resident Evil 3. Sorry, I had a bit of a brain fart there. I have beaten this, although I have not yet played the Resistance mode. I really enjoyed it. A lot of people complained about how short this actually was. And yeah, their complaints were legit. Like, I also thought it was pretty short for what it was, but I feel like that Resistance game was kind of like to make up for that. But I really did enjoy it. I beat it within, like, I want to say maybe 10 hours or so. Really great game though. But honestly, at this point I would just wait for a price drop, because I mean, if you're getting it just to play that part of the game, it sometimes I just don't think it warrants the $50 price tag it had. Now, this one I just recently bought from Walmart, and that is Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Kingdom Hearts, But I do have all the games, and for what they are, they're pretty fun. So I figured it'd be an interesting game to play, and well, it's another one to add to the collection at least. Okay, so these next two are PlayStation 3 games. And as some of you may know on my channel, I am a huge fan of the... Hang on, let's see if that does anything. Of the Disgaea series. This is the third entry in that series, of course. And, great, my camera just died, so hang on, I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. My camera died. So, well, not really the camera, the light on top of the camera turned off as soon as I shut off my computer. So, let's continue. So, this next game I picked up was Final Fantasy 13 Part 2. This was the only one in the chapter that I did not currently own. So, I think that once I'm done playing Final Fantasy 7, that will definitely be a series I will be giving a shout to, because quite honestly, I've maybe played about an hour of the first Final Fantasy 13, and honestly, it was just a bad time for me to start playing that game. But it does look pretty awesome for what it is. Now, these last two games are for the PlayStation 2. The first completing my Final Fantasy set, or well, Final Fantasy 6, or 7, sorry, my Final Fantasy 7 collection with my copy of Dirge of Cerberus. This one takes place after the events of Final Fantasy 7, and I believe it's like between then and Advent Children. But I had seen friends of mine play this years ago, and I hadn't gotten around to picking up the game myself when it was initially released, so now I have it, now I'm able to enjoy it. Now this last game I picked up, here is Dragon Quest VIII, and when I had seen this, it had come with this box. Now I'm not sure if the contents are complete, but it came with the game itself, and inside there's the disc and a demo for Final Fantasy 12. Now, I couldn't originally get that box to close, so I had to pull out the manuals for both Dragon Quest VIII and the demo for Final Fantasy 12. I really don't think I should be opening this box anymore because it looks like it's seen better days. But it was pretty cool that this came with it. This has been a game that I found relatively cheap on eBay. Normally I would see copies of this a few months ago for maybe about $25. This one was much cheaper and much more in my price range, so I decided now would be the best time to jump on that. So those are my pickups for this part of the month. If you guys enjoy my content, please do consider subscribing. If you have anything to say, please feel like leaving a comment down below, and do like my video. Everything here shows me that you guys enjoy my content, and that it encourages me to continue making more content for this channel. So with that said, I want to thank everybody here who is subscribed and who is watching. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching.